Welcome to episode 2 of VPNs 101. I'm calling this one the shady side of VPNs. I'm Charly Leetham, by the way. This is the second episode I'm doing in a series of videos on VPNs, why you might want to use them, the things to look out. This is the episode about what you might want to look out for. Without a doubt, there are always shady providers out there. There are always people out there who are going to try and game the system, who will use things like security and safety to try and scam you out of your information. VPNs are no different. We've had any number of cases where people have gone, oh, I've got this system, and then all of a sudden they find their information is lost or sold or it's on the dark web. So I want to go through today some of the things that you need to look at when you're considering getting a VPN, when you're looking at providers, what you need to think about as you're looking at them. And this is the things that you want to consider that you don't want when you're looking at a provider. The first one is logs, the no logs loophole. You ultimately would like to get a VPN provider that does not log your activity. The idea of a VPN, as I said in episode 1, is to provide anonymity and to provide obscurity on the internet. And if the VPN provider is logging your traffic, it is not all that anonymous. It is not all that obscure. Those logs, for whatever reason, they can be sold to people to say, oh, this person, because they've got a username, they've got an email address, they've got information that you provided them when you've signed up for your service. They know that what you're logging into, so they can tie that record, and then they can track all of your data out through the VPN. They can sell that information to providers, to advertisers, to the people that sell those lists, and you end up getting all those spam emails about, hey, Charly, how would you like to try our service? Would you like us to send you a list of CEOs in the IT industry, in the tech sector? Would you like us to send you all of this information? That's one way that your information gets out into those lists, is that you've signed up with a provider who has sold that on. Now, VPN providers can do the same thing. They can take your browsing data and they can say, oh, this person spends a lot of time on this service. I'm going to go and sell that data to this service so they can market back to them. The other thing with logging it is if the VPN provider themselves get hacked, which, I said last episode, there is no guarantees that you won't get hacked. The best you can do is make yourself as secure as possible so that A, someone gets bored and goes away and tries elsewhere. B, you can get your own anti-intrusion measures in place to kick them off and stop them coming in. And C, you limit the amount of the impact of a hack to as smaller area as possible. But if they get hacked and they get access to the logs, they'll be able to see that information as well. So you really want to look for a provider that doesn't log your information, doesn't log your transactions while you're using their service. Free VPN. So you're going to come along and you're going to see these people saying, hey, we're a free VPN, use our service. Just use us, we're free. Providing a VPN service costs money. It's not just that they've got to have the hardware in place that they pay for to be able to run the VPN applications on. They then have to pay for the bandwidth. They then have to pay for the support of those machines. They have to pay for the maintenance. They have to pay for the software that runs the VPNs. There is a cost to running a VPN. It's not cheap. If you've got someone who has got an outlay and no income from you, where is that income coming from? That's the question you need to ask yourself. So if they say they're a free VPN, be very wary. Really, really do your due diligence and make sure that you understand where their money is coming from, how they pay for their service. Because one way of paying for their service is to take your information and sell it, to give people access to your personal and your private information and sell it so that people can market back to you or do whatever it is they want. Sometimes it ends up on the dark web. They sell it for nefarious purposes. Sometimes these free VPNs are just a front for a hacking service. I'm not saying that they all do it, but I am saying that if you see a free VPN, be very wary. They've got to get their money from somewhere, work out where their money comes from. Fake reviews and lifetime deals. This is huge. I hate reviews. I hate reviews. And yet when I'm going and looking at a service, I will go and look at the reviews and see what people say. I won't just look at the 5-star reviews. I'll look at the 1-star reviews, and I'll look at the 3 and the 4-star and the 2-star reviews and see what people are saying and try and get a feel for what the service is like. It is dreadful to me that people will actually go out and have fake reviews put up. But if they're trying to flog a service, oh goodness, that's such an Australianism, isn't it? If they're trying to sell a service and they're selling it, just because they want to make money. I mean, everyone wants to make money, but there are the ones that's just like, we just want to get in as much money as we can. We don't care about how good our service is. We don't care if we're giving value for money. They'll go and get fake reviews. They'll either pay an organization to give them the reviews, to create the reviews and put them up. They'll pay their mates to do it, or they'll do them themselves, or now with AI, they'll create their own AI generated reviews and have them go up. So just watch the reviews. If the reviews look like they're too good to be true, like if there's a lot of 5-star reviews and not many 2 and 3-star or 1-star reviews, be very careful. It's rare that someone's going to always give a 5-star review. Most people give 3 and 4-star reviews. Go through, do your due diligence on the reviews. Have a look at the usernames if you can. Have a look at the way they're presenting themselves and whether they look like they're real people or they look like they're generated names. Lifetime deals are the same. It's very, very much like the free VPNs. A VPN costs money to run. It costs money to develop. It costs money to maintain. It costs money to have the bandwidth. If someone said to you, hey, listen, pay me $100 and you can have a lifetime access to this service, a service that is going to cost them on a daily basis to run, I'd be very, very suspicious. Now, I'm not saying that they're not legitimate. They may have a way around it. They may have something else in play that makes it worthwhile for them to do this. But do be very, very careful. The other thing with lifetime deals, of course, is, well, lifetime of what? Whose lifetime? The lifetime of your service? And is that 1 day, 3 months, 10 years, 100 years? What is it a lifetime deal for? So just be careful of your fake reviews and your lifetime deals. So let's just go back through what our red flag checklist is. We've got, definitely trustworthy VPN. Yeah, let's go and have a look at what our red flag checklist actually is. Is there a clear no log policy? Go and have a look at their policies. Go through, really. I know this is going to bore you to tears and it's going to be really confusing, but do look at their policies. See what they say about the logs that they keep, if they keep any logs at all, how long they keep them for, whether if they don't keep logs, you're probably well and truly in with it's a good provider. Is there a policy on the use of your information and the bandwidth you've purchased? Oh, I didn't mention that actually. The bandwidth. So the other thing is, when you buy a VPN or when you buy a VPN service, it generally says you get X amount of bandwidth per month, per year, per day that you can use, because bandwidth costs money. If you're in Australia, bandwidth costs a lot of money, and they've got to make sure that they're covering their costs. So sometimes you will go and buy a service, take a service, it will give you X amount of bandwidth, and then they sell that bandwidth to someone else. So they might only have like 100 mega, and I'm guessing, I'm making up numbers here. They might only have 100 megabits of data to sell, of bandwidth to sell, but they've sold 600 megabits because they've oversold the service on the pretext that not everyone is going to be using it all at once. So just be aware of how they're going to use your information and the bandwidth you've purchased. Are the reviews real? Do they look real? Are there a heap of 5-star reviews and very few of anything else? Do the names look real? Have they all come in within a day or two of each other. Like, are the dates right? Just check the reviews. Go and use some of the review sites out there as well and see what they say. Trustpilot, etc. They're reasonable. You can go and look at Trustpilot and say, oh yeah, this company's got some good reviews on it. So have a look at the reviews. Make sure they're real. And is it a lifetime deal, or is it just too good to be true? Lifetime or free deal? Is this just too good to be true? Because if it sounds like it is, it probably is. Okay, guys, so if you want to get in touch with me, ask any questions about what I've spoken about today, have conversations, come and join my community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. You can also connect with me on any of these sites here. That QR code will take you to a page on my website where all of this is linked up so that you can connect with me more easily. And our next episode is going to be or how to choose your VPN wisely. So we've already today was about what you want to watch out for. Tomorrow I'm actually going to talk about the things that you want to look for, the things that they should have when you choose a VPN.